A very good morning to you and welcome again. If you are joining us on this Tuesday morning, hoping that a long weekend as well as Workers' Day, Freedom Day, and every day in between before and after that was successful as well as fruitful. And ikona into oye wayithi kanti uyayenza just in memoriam of those who made sure that we could fight, they all live to fight another day, should I say, especially the workforce. And also get those who paid the ultimate sacrifice for us to enjoy the freedoms that we do share and we do hold on to today and many other days to follow because of those who have paved the path for us. Looking at that, though, it's 20 minutes after 9 a.m. Let's go straight into looking at our moments in the current affairs. Proudly brought to you by one of the pillars of Keith Ngesi Radio, meaning motivational, entertainment, spirituality, and current affairs. This one focusing and zooming in on the things that have been happening that keep us and our tongues wagging. A gay couple is being forced to live on different continents since the Department of Home Affairs has allegedly failed to process a permanent residence permit application submitted 2 years ago. Francis Oosthuizen, a South African from Cape Town who is married to Bowen Lee from China, said he was heartbroken and frustrated by being separated from his husband and their 4-year-old son via surrogacy on Valentine's Day in South Africa. He said it was difficult for him to wake up every morning knowing that his family was thousands of kilometers away. I try to video call them as much as I can because it's the closest I can get to them since we can't be physically together, but it's not the same as being around each other. It's very hard for us to accept the fact that only a few people need to sign a document that will allow us to stay together as a family, but they haven't. After they were approached, the DHA, or the Department of Home Affairs, reached out to Oosthuizen and said that they were investigating. However, there was no response yet. The couple met in China in 2014, where Oosthuizen worked as an English teacher. He said it was love at first sight, and there was an instant connection between them, which made being around each other very comfortable. The couple was legally married in South Africa in 2017, but lived together in China until Oosthuizen returned a month ago. Oosthuizen said that they first made the application for Lee's permanent residence permit 2 years ago, but there was radio silence from the Department of Home Affairs. When their only son was born, they wouldn't issue the birth certificate. He said they feel that it's because they are gay, but will also realize that it's because the department is inefficient. He says we have from there heard from other people who've been waiting for a long time as well from their permanent residents. Oosthuizen said the month that he had been away from his loved ones has been unbearable, and that he was hopeful that they would be together soon and settle in Cape Town. It might seem to someone else that a month is not a long time, but it's very difficult for him because he says, I'm so used to being around them and spending time with my family and those whom I love. Nick Cannon has branded the Red Table Talk toxic. Jada Pinkett Smith's Facebook Watch talk show has been cancelled by Meta and is looking for a new home. And the 42-year-old comedian says it's a good thing because he believes it's a reason that the host's husband Will slapped Chris Rock at the Oscars last year after he made a joke about her bald head. Speaking on his radio show, The Daily Cannon, he said if there was no Red Table Talk, then he would have slapped the S out of Chris. Or wouldn't have slapped the S out of Chris Rock. Now, he continued, too much honesty can get you slapped in the face. This was royalty, Will and Jada. Then they brought it to the table. I don't want to know all that about y'all. Jada, who hosts a show alongside her mother, Adrienne Banford Norris, and her daughter, Willow Smith, announced on Instagram last week, we are so grateful to have had such a partnership with Facebook Watch, and we are sorry to see the entire team disband. We wish everyone on their journey well on their journey to come. We at the Red Table are in talks to find a new home, as you'll see us soon. Jada has co-hosted the show since 2018, and in 2021, the series won a Daytime Emmy Award. But now, Meta plans to end its Facebook Watch original programming, which includes the Red Table Talk. Despite Prince Mangosuthu Buthelez's announcement of Inkosi Ithanduyise Mzimela's withdrawal as the new chairperson of Ingonyama Trust board on Friday, Mzimela is still in charge. This is according to the Department of Agriculture and Land Reform and the board of the trust, which said they still regarded Mzimela as the chairperson. The two public institutions said it was the prerogative of King Misuzulu KwaZulu-Natal and not Buthelezi to announce changes in this regard. Buthelezi said King's traditional prime minister announced Inkosi Mzimela's withdrawal as the chairperson after the meeting with the Zulu monarch on Friday. But department spokesperson Reggie Ngobo said that Buthelezi's statement was meaningless since he had no status in the Ingonyama Trust. Ngobo said that the minister Didiza still regarded Mzimela as the legal chairperson, said since it was the king who had submitted his name to her. The Trust's Chief Executive Officer, Vela Ngwengwe, said he was aware of Buthelezi's statement, but he had not yet seen anything written by the king himself. The Trust still regarded Mzimela as the chairperson. Mzimela said he would comment after meeting with the king on Tuesday, but sources close to him said he had not withdrawn and was not part of the meeting between the king and Buthelezi. Another shocking turn of events has taken place at Fort Hare University's main campus in Alice. The second bodyguard of Vice-Chancellor Professor Sakela Buhlungu has been killed in a hit-and-run accident on Sunday morning, a double blow to the university's current court case. The bodyguard was traveling on the R63 between Konde and Alice when a vehicle collided with the vehicle he was in. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Earlier this year, the Vice-Chancellor's driver, Mboneli Vesele, was shot outside Buhlungu's house in Alice. The latest incident comes as 5 suspects are expected back at the Alice Magistrates Court on the 4th of May, facing charges ranging from attempted murder, and unlawful possession of a firearm. They include former employees and students. While police have said the matter is under investigation, the timing of the accident certainly raises eyebrows. A source at the university told us that the bodyguard was a key witness in the current case of the 5 suspects charged with the recent murders and who are alleged to be part of the VC assassination plot. It's a questionable accident, Sipema told the Eyewitness News. The attempt to arrest the suspect involved in the hit and run was riddled with problems. Now, Prof. Buhlungu has been moved to a place of safety for now. Depends on the prof, guys. 37,000 phones have been seized and 24,000 orders on smuggling raps. More than 37,000 phones were confiscated in prisons throughout the country in 2022-2023 financial year, but only 24 prison officials were subjected to disciplinary proceedings for their role in the smuggling in the cell phones during the same period. This was revealed by Justice and Correctional Services Minister Ronald Lamola in responding to parliamentary questions from EFF MP Matapelo Siwisa. Siwisa wrote to Lamola noting that high number of inmates who have access to cell phones inside the correctional facilities. She inquired about the total number of cell phones confiscated in the 2022-2023 financial year and the measures in place to ensure that the access to cell phones does not recur. Siwisa also wanted to know about the total number of prison warders implicated in such cases and the actions taken against those prison warders. In his written reply, Lamola said that 37,243 cell phones were confiscated in the last financial year. This is the breakdown provincially. Gauteng had the highest number of cell phones confiscated at 10,238, quickly followed by KwaZulu-Natal at 7,628, Western Cape 6,161, the Limpopo, Mpumalanga and Northwest region sitting at 5,167 collectively, Eastern Cape with 4,501 cell phones, and the Free State and Northern Cape combined with a total of 3,548 in total. The minister also said that a total of 24 correctional services officials were found to have been involved in smuggling in the cell phones into the facilities. At least 9 were implicated in KZN, 7 in Gauteng, 4 in the Western Cape, 3 in the Free State and Northern Cape region, and 1 in the Limpopo, Mpumalanga, and Northwest region. Lamola said 8 officials had been dismissed after undergoing disciplinary hearings, with one of the officials appealing the sanction. 2 officials are facing disciplinary processes. One case is under investigation and another case was withdrawn. Trained sniffer dogs are also utilized for cell phone detection, he said. Searching, then conducting on vehicles, personnel, vehicles, and service providers. It is conducted as per Section 27 of the CSA, which is the 1100 or 111 of 1998, and the Security Standing Operation Procedures, the SOPs. The series of contradictory comments by the ANC last week over the International Criminal Court and the fact that the presidency eventually had to put out a statement clarifying the government's stance, as well as maybe even suggesting even worse to come for the ANC. The ICC debacle suggests that it is possible for decisions by the ANC's National Executive Council to be misconstrued. This may even be done deliberately, meaning that the decision of the ANC could be manipulated to reflect the views of those who published them, leading to a cycle of unstoppable recrimination. So much has happened around the office of the Secretary General of the ANC in recent times that it can almost be forgotten just how important it is. Legally, the position is the same as that of an accounting officer for a government department, or similar to an MD of a private company. The Secretary General represents the ANC in court. It is the office which manages disputes between groups and branches and factions in the party. Crucially, it is the office which also speaks for the party, which ANC spokesperson reported directly to the Secretary General. That's why what happened last week was so serious. On Tuesday afternoon, as much of the country was preparing for the long weekend, the ANC released a statement on behalf of the NEC. It clearly said, on the International Criminal Court, the NEC noted in the 55th National Conference resolution that the ANC and the South African government must rescind to withdrawal from the ICC and ICC court and intensify the lobby for the ratification of the Maloba Protocol. This appeared to mean that the ANC decided South Africa would stay with ICC. It also came after Justice Department had formally withdrawn from Parliament a bill proposing that they leave the ICC. This is in keeping with the ANC's practices. The NEC was merely quoting a decision of a conference. The NEC would not have the power to overrule a decision made by a conference anyway. However, in the press conference about the meeting, Secretary General Fikile Mbalula gave a different impression that, in fact, the party had decided South Africa would withdraw from the ICC. Then shortly afterwards, President Cyril Ramaphosa, speaking with the president of NATO's newest member, Finland's Sauli Niinisto, appeared to confirm Mbalula's statement that South Africa would exit the ICC. Hours later, the presidency released a statement saying that, in fact, the opposite was true. It said that Mbalula had made a mistake and that Ramaphosa too had followed that mistake, when in fact the ANC's decision was for us to remain in the ICC. In short, the presidency has now confirmed the ANC's NEC statement. If the presidency statement can be accepted as an authoritative description of events, it reveals the scale of this series of mistakes. That's the first. That brings us to the conclusion of our first round of the Moments in Current Affairs. We'll be catching up with some more as the program goes. More to come as well. Entertainment. We've got some follow-up, as well as what is happening in the world of motorsport. People are not happy about certain people's driving styles, but I'll tell you all about that. Formula One news coming up soon.
This is KNR Radio according to you.